Jets receiver Brandon Marshall, the other Brandon Marshall,
Yes.
we're going to call it, says coverage of Peyton Manning's demise has been
disrespectful? What? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. But I've heard it from a lot of people who love Peyton Manning. I heard it from Bill Polian, of all people, this week, who was all over my case by saying, when I said that, Peyton Manning's lost it, he can't play anymore, he's definitely in his last year. It's just the truth. Doesn't mean Peyton Manning's any less of a great person, great quarterback, great teammate, great community servant. But come on, if you can't play, if you're ranked at the bottom of quarterbacks in the league, that's a fact. That's not lack of respect.
So if you go back to the time of Johnny Unitas, Johnny U, and
High-tops
Joe
Johnny.
Namath, Broadway Joe Namath, they finished their careers tarnished. They finished on teams they didn't play for. They finished their careers on the bench.
Right, they've had a rough time.
But there was not social media. There was not the attention paid to the game of football like it is now. The only comparison I can make, and I'm trying to filter it all through my mind over the last few days, Brett Favre at the end of his career. And Brett Favre didn't win that playoff game in New Orleans. He didn't play well with the New York Jets. He got he had some issues health-wise in New York. He went off to Minnesota, played pretty well, got them in the playoffs. But he didn't finish on a high note. And there were a lot of people that said his skills had been diminished. But again, he didn't have the attention paid to him that Peyton has. And what's happened here is he set all these records. 2 years ago, he had the best year quarterbacks ever had.
Correct.
In terms of personal achievement. Last year, it struggled through it was a struggle through the second half of the year. They lost the playoff game. He had lost the Super Bowl. Is it disrespectful? I think I agree with you. Because he's such a great guy, and he's been a great person, and because he's done the commercials, let's even add that. But yet, people are saying exactly what they think, and you've been one of those. You've been saying that since.
Does
the
it hurt to
offseason.
watch, and do I feel for him? Yes, but
He chose to come back. He
Yes.
didn't know what was going to happen.
he's getting paid $15 million to do it.
He didn't want to leave with that playoff game like it was, and he wanted to come back and have another chance. Well, you've had another chance, and it just hasn't. And I've been one of his.
Yeah, absolutely, you have.
I'm like with Tebow, with Elway, and with Manning. I've been supporters of them because of what they have done for a franchise that without them is Brian Greasy.
I don't blame you.
It's you weren't here for Steve Ramsey.
Thank
I
goodness.
saw, and I called him Koufax Steve Ramsey, and I also tried to get him to change his name to Bruce, so that when people booed him, he could say, "Well, they're just calling me Bruce." That segment.